Hey guys, it's Lindsay from the blog Repurpose and Upcycle, and I'm going to do something a little different today. Normally you see me in front of the camera doing crafts and home projects. I'm going to start doing simple home tours where I share the projects in my home, because a lot of times when you see a project, it doesn't spark as many ideas as when you see the projects working in a home. Today I'm going to share with you guys specifically how we took our small 1980s kitchen and maximized an unused wall and created a beverage bar to not only create more countertop space, but it also creates more cabinet space. Now, before I start, I want to show you guys what this space looked like when we moved in. You can already see that this used to be a blank wall. Now, the previous owner, she intended this space to be used for like a tall dining room table. But I thought, what better way to maximize space than to create your own DIY beverage or coffee bar. Also, I moved the fridge over here. Before I get into how I created the beverage bar, I'm going to show you guys my kitchen. You can see it's not huge, but really, honestly, for me, it's the perfect size. Now, you can see, I'm going to take you guys over to this little nook over here. This is where the refrigerator was intended to be. But like most 1980s kitchens, the nook for the refrigerator is tiny. And my refrigerator was going to stick out to about here. And it would extremely impede on the space that you had in your kitchen, and it just drove me crazy. So I thought, what better way to maximize the space than to move it to that wall and then create a nook. Not only does it create more storage space, but it creates a space for the microwave. I hate putting the microwave on the counter. Also, I have some floating shelves. You can put cookbooks. I decided to put some ceramic ware. I put my sharp knives up here so my kids don't get to them. And I also found a thrifted, perfect fit thrifted cabinet, and what I did was I added the same hardware as you see on the kitchen cabinets to kind of tie it all together, and it was already painted white like that too. What I also did was I added a little wallpaper to the back of this space. And by the way, I'm going to put all my links to all my blog posts, like how I added this wallpaper, how I created this little nook where the refrigerator used to be. I will link all this in the comments in my on my YouTube channel on the description. Once we moved the refrigerator, I added the shelves. I added the microwave, and then I felt like this space was a whole lot more functional than it was if I were to put the refrigerator there. And also, to tie in that wallpaper so it didn't look so random, I also put that wallpaper above the window and also above this little nook, and I felt like it really tied the space together. Now, we're not gonna live with these cabinets forever. They are those old 1980s pine cabinets. They're in really good shape, but one day I will want to redo this kitchen. But until then, this kitchen works fairly well now. Side note, I also did a blog post on the best farmhouse style bar chairs with backs, and I'll show you which ones I chose in that post too. I will link that blog post in the description below. So let's pan back around, and I'm going to go back to my beverage bar space, and we're going to talk a little bit about this and how easy it was to create. So you're probably thinking, that's great, that looks great, but how easy is that for me to create my own just DIY beverage bar station? I'm telling you guys, if you have a blank wall near your kitchen, this is the best way to maximize space for a small kitchen. Well, the first thing we had to do was we had a plumber come out, and he wired for a water line for the refrigerator, and I decided to put that to the far left, so that wasn't the first thing you saw when you came in the front door, because my front door is just right over here. The second thing I did was I found these cabinets on Craigslist. Now, even if you buy them at Home Depot or Lowe's, they're not very expensive. I think they're $100 per cabinet. I paid $100 for 2 cabinets, but they were brand new. So after I brought my cabinets in, what I did was I went to a granite shop. And a little tip on that, if you want just one slab of granite, a lot of times you can find a remnant piece, and it doesn't have to be granite, it can just be a solid stone. And guys, it doesn't even have to be a solid stone. You can create your own countertop from wood. But what I did was I went to a local granite shop and I found the remnants section. And that's the section where, say they do a large job, it's the leftover pieces from that large job. Well, just a little tidbit, they've already been paid on that job, so it benefits them to give you a good deal on their leftover scraps, and it benefits you because you get a really good deal on a solid surface. So that's what I did. I went to my local granite shop, I asked for the remnants section or the leftover section, and I found this piece which doesn't match perfectly, but I feel like it accents the kitchen countertop really well. And so I got this piece of granite installed for $350. Now that's, in my opinion, a pretty good price. What I've learned is if you go to like the smaller mom and pop stores, they might be more willing to work with you rather than the really large ones because their prices are pretty set. But if they have a piece of stone that they just want to get rid of, and say they're already doing a job down near your house, and that's what happened with this. They just happened to be doing a job down in our neighborhood, and they said, sure, we'll give it to you installed for $350. So guys, for under $1,000, I feel like that was a pretty good deal to really maximize my small 1980s kitchen. Not to mention, it really helps the flow in the kitchen. So rather than everybody always coming into the fridge area where I'm cooking, it's all right here. So I have my glasses down here. My kids have an area where they have their cups. I have my refrigerator here, and then we have drinks in here. It works perfectly. This about wraps up my home tour on my kitchen and my beverage station. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more videos like this. I will link all the blog posts in the description section, or if I have accompanying videos that go along with some of these blog posts, I'll also drop those in the description. So stay tuned for the next home tour. Thanks for watching, guys.